You know that reaction face that goes around the internet sometimes of Topsy the cat from Tom and Jerry? Frowning really hard and like moving his elbows exaggeratedly back and forth as he walks around. That little guy? That's gonna be me for the next little while because the Vancouver Canucks have themselves probably, I hate to say it, the worst update that they could have given at this time. Okay, no, knock on wood. They could have given a much worse update, but this is a pretty bad one right here. Because when it comes to what Bruce Boudreau said earlier today, it turns out that Tyler Myers is out 2 to 4 weeks. And this is a small thing to be making a video about. It really is, but oh man, so much for a Tucker Poolman tryout, eh? I'm not going to be watching the game later today against the Arizona Coyotes. I'm going to be at volleyball. There's drop-in stuff going on at the community center, and to be honest, I suck dog water at volleyball. I'm really bad. Now, it's fair to say it's because I just started playing, yada yada yada, so I'm not really all too experienced, but when you're going up against college and high school kids that definitely have had years worth of training and practice, it's so embarrassing, but you know, still gotta go out there, get the legs moving, and have a good attitude about it either way, because all my friends are beginners as well. But still, I'm gonna be missing the Canucks game against the Coyotes because I'm going to that. However, I wanted to squeeze in one more Canucks-related video because when it comes to this Tyler Myers news, like, I know Tyler Myers is not the most important player on this team, but in this context, he's kind of one of the more important players on this team. Because when it comes to the top 6 of the Vancouver Canucks heading into the start of the regular season, with no Dermott and no Myers, things get pretty nutty. All of a sudden now you're desperate to have the Quinn Hughes right side experiment work, which we actually saw rescinded in the past few games. Quinn Hughes has primarily been playing the left as of late, so OEL, Hughes, one of these guys going over to the right side, maybe a little bit more guaranteed right now. You have Luke Schenn playing as a top 4 defenseman on this team because he's one of the only healthy options available. You still have Tucker Poolman that's going to be there, and I mean, he could be a top 4 guy, top 6 guy now, I guess. I mean, I really don't like Tucker Poolman. I don't think he's a good player, but the Canucks are going to have to rely on him quite a lot now. And then on the left side, you have yourselves Rathbone, who is going to be forced to be put into a spot, and then I guess Cal Burrows or Christian Wolanin as well. Wolanin, for his credit, has honestly been okay in the preseason, so I wouldn't be too opposed to giving him a little bit more of an extended role once the start of the regular season comes around. But with OEL, Hughes, Rathbone, Schenn, Burrows, Wolanin, and Poolman at your disposal, this Canucks D-Corps has 2 top 4 bona fide defenders in its top 4, so yeah, we all kind of knew the Vancouver Canucks D-Corps was deep, but it wasn't necessarily too stacked up at the top. When everybody's healthy with Dermott and Myers, you could say there are plenty of options on this team's D-Corps, but the really good ones at the very top trail off significantly after you get past those. Quinn Hughes is one of the best defenders in the entire NHL, but the second best defender on the team, OEL or Myers, they are far from that, so I guess it's really good that the Vancouver Canucks went out there and prioritized defensive building on this offseason, right? I mean, they tried to at least, but they couldn't get anybody. And now you have yourselves this timeline of 2 to 4 weeks where it looks like Tyler Myers is going to be out. And even though I like to meme on Tyler Myers all the time, the past preseason video against the Seattle Kraken where I took a shot at him and Poolman, that's an example of all that Tyler Myers stuff. But at the end of the day, Myers is a top 4, maybe top 5 defenseman that was given a bit of a bigger role on Vancouver because of the situation of that D-Corps, and now he's out for a while. We had ourselves, I believe it was Thomas Drance, talking about the timelines. If it's 2 weeks, the Vancouver Canucks are going to be in some trouble because if they try to get some extra players, maybe through a trade or through the waiver wire, whatever, it's going to really mess up their salary cap in the short term. But apparently, if it's 4 weeks long that Myers is out, it gives the Canucks some more flexibility, so I don't really know what I want to happen here. Do I want Tyler Myers to be out for 4 weeks rather than 2 because it'll help the Canucks out financially a little bit more if they decide to make a trade or pick somebody up on waivers? Or do I want Myers to be out for 2 weeks so that the pains of losing out on him and his services are reduced by half? I mean, even when Travis Dermott comes back, that guy's not a top 4 defenseman. He can play the right side, sure, but Myers is just a tad safer. I like Luke Schenn, I really do. It's just Luke Schenn in your top 4 means that your top 4 is not really all too strong, so yeah, this is pandemonium for the Vancouver Canucks. You have 2 top 6 forwards in McCabe and Besser that are out. Dermott and Myers are out too. I mean, I guess we had ourselves an update saying that Mikheyev and Brock might go out there and actually travel with the team to Edmonton to kick off the regular season, but there was a bit of a caveat there. I think it's like Mikheyev is probably going to practice in a non-contact jersey and Brock might be good to go, so who knows what's going to happen by the time the team kicks off the regular season in Edmonton, but either way, the Canucks, I mean, it's unfortunate. Myers is out. And I guess when it comes to replacements, you know what, I want to do that. Let's go out there and visit puckpedia.com and look at the waiver situation from today. Okay, so who is on waivers? Defensemen that are available. Okay, not Mackenzie Weegar. That guy's not on waivers. He signed an extension. There's Kevin Connauton from the Philadelphia Flyers. Yeah, everybody remembers Kevin Connauton. Drafted by the Canucks back in, 2009, excuse me, yeah. Kevin Connauton's on waivers, he's a left-handed guy, but so is Dmitry Samorukov, whom the Canucks played off against in the preseason games against Edmonton. He's on waivers, left-handed guy. I mean, you want to take a swing on this? If you do, I mean, you're probably going to have to move one of Hughes or OEL to the right side because this would only really be a short-term thing. Waiver wire kind of sucks today, doesn't it? Everybody else is all forwards and other players like Martin Frk and goaltenders, so yeah, the Canucks don't really need any more of that, but either way, when it comes to waiver wire pickups, I don't really know if the Canucks are going to exercise their right on any of these guys. Maybe they're just going to go the trade route, I guess, because if you really wanted to pry something away from some other team, then maybe somebody's available, but still, then the conversation becomes, what do you give up? Do you want to give up a draft pick? A fourth? A fifth? Somebody that's not really all too valuable as a prospect for a player that's only going to help your team in the short term? And how are you going to fix that when your team gets healthy? Do you even want to bet on your team becoming healthy because you know somebody else is going to be injured soon? I mean, yeah, the Canucks, it's just kind of a downward spiral at this point. Whether it's a weak waiver wire pickup today or a trade where the Canucks sacrifice youth, some prospect or maybe a pick or two to get somebody else, I don't really know what the outcome is going to be here. But either way, when it comes to the Canucks and their situation right now, the defense kind of sucks. I'm worried again for everything that's going on because the regular season kicking off next week, it's kind of funny because this is the best Canucks team that we have seen on paper in a long time. And all of a sudden, we have 4 injuries to primary players to kick off the year. Yeah, that's pretty Canucks, eh? Talk in the comments your thoughts about this short video. I'm going to go to the mall, probably just have myself a bite to eat, and then settle in before volleyball starts off because I'm really going to have to prepare myself mentally for the absolute whooping that my friends and I are about to take when we head over to the community center. But either way, let me hear your thoughts in the comment section below about the Canucks and their defensive core situation. I'm kind of worried now, but at the end of the day, you know, I don't have any control over this personally, so what's there to worry about? It's just a hockey team that I cheer for. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. Juraj, and bye.